another beautiful episode of Sweet Scoop. You know how we do on Sweet Scoop. My name is Precious Omori, and on the studio, I don't always do this alone. I do this with my favorite fantastic three. Siko Blade is in the building, Ibukun Oluwa Balogun, and Princess Dumebi Agu. And today's topic, we will be talking about family, a little bit of family and, teenage pregnancy. And our first topic for today is teenage pregnancy. Who should be held responsible? Who should be blamed for it?
Parenting. The parents should be blamed.
Why?
Okay. You see, growing up, we had the way we were brought up. You see our parents telling if they want to discuss about, they don't actually do sex education, especially for the girls. Now, it's both ways, but now I want to hit it on the girls because they suffer
more.
A lot. They suffer more. Your parents will come and they tell you like, okay, fine. If you do this, you go to hell. If any boy touch you, you just get pregnant and your life will destroy. To me, it's not the best way to go about it. And if you want to even look at statistics, because I know it affects the girls more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we lack education. We don't sex education. We don't educate our teenagers, our young people, about the consequence of these things. It's not by putting fear in them. It's not gonna work. We know teenagers. We know everybody passed through that stage.
Yeah,
we know
of
how
course.
rebellious we can be. Yeah. You understand? So it's not even to put the fear in them. It's to educate them properly. Give them the right statistics. For example, like in Nigeria, now the estimated of 23% of women under the age of 15 to 19, they are having kids already, or they are pregnant already in the country. And in this percentage now, you find out that you have lots of them in the rural area, as per the urban areas. And that will tell you how education affects, like causes this thing a lot, because in the rural area it's village now, everybody just live by and they do their thing. But right on the urban area, people have dreams and ambitions. They want to go to school, they want to better themselves. So they always try to do better, and probably they have access to medication, they have access to where they do abortions and all that, so they try to curb it on like the rural area. But I think education, we lack education.
Okay.
Well, I'll agree with Cecil. I would say parenting, most especially the mother, because speaking from my own point of view, I'm not pregnant. I don't have any unwanted pregnancy or stuff like that. But I grew up with my stepmom, so communication with me and my stepmom was really, really bad. I needed that mother-daughter
conversation.
Yeah, but I never had any of that because I wasn't with my mom, and I was with my stepmom. So she's mean. She's I'm sorry to say this, but she's really mean. She's not somebody that you can go to and say, this is what's happening. I remember when I had my first period.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell anybody. Like I was still very young, and I started listening to what people were saying. Oh, your first period, you have to use tissue, you have to use clothes, lots of stuff. I needed communication with my mother to tell her, Mom, this is my first period. It was really terrible. I think as a mother, you need to build that relationship with your child so that they can come to you and say, Mom, this is what's happening, this is what's going on. Because if you don't have that relationship, I'm sorry, you have so many unwanted pregnancies coming to your house like all the time. First of all, you need to build the relationship with your child.
Lots of parents nowadays, we don't pay attention to our child. We don't pay attention to our child. We are particular about money. We are just particular about financial needs of the children. When it comes to talking to them about sex, we don't talk to them about sex. That's why you see men that can't control their libido. You see them going after little girls when they don't even have an idea of what they should know at that early age. Our parents, they leave their children to the hands of the teachers. And to be honest, I don't think even teachers they don't do it well enough. They don't teach them well enough when it comes to sex education. Do you understand? And also poverty. There's poverty in this country. I'm telling you, if you see the things that little girls do all in the name of money.
So
it's heartbreaking, it's painful, it's pathetic. They don't even know sometimes they don't know what they are doing, to be honest. Because if you don't talk to them about something, they won't know they won't even know or have an idea. Parents are particular about money. How about you coming back home, sitting your child down and you tell her, in the olden days, we know that there's nothing like education back then. They will tell you, oh her, like he said, oh her, if you near a man, even if just gone body like this, you don't you understand? But now we're just financial needs is the most important thing for parents nowadays when it comes to sex education.
I think I'll add to that because there's this girl in my area. Let me not mention her name, and her mom. I used to see their relationship each time the mom is having any kind of issue with her, and the first thing she always says is, you are stupid, look at your mates, they're out there making money, you're here eating my food, eating my this. She doesn't have a job, she doesn't have good education, they just want her to be bringing money. They're not telling her to go and look for a job, they're always insulting her. So I called her one day I don't want to say her name. I called her one day and I said, babe, what's up? Why are you always having issue with your mom based on work, based on this? And she's saying, my mom is wicked, she's a witch, she's this, she's that, I'm going to frustrate her till she die. Yeah, she said that to me. Like, she wants frustration. I will frustrate her. She would this, she would that. I'm like, babe, you have to look for a job. If your mom is complaining money, obviously she needs money. So get a job. You say, no, I cannot get a job. And she wants me to go into prostitution. I am going into prostitution.
They're particular about money. Everything is about money. Most times when I see little girls do some certain things when it comes to prostitution and all, I try not to judge them because, to be honest, you don't know where they are coming from. You don't know what actually pushed them to do some certain things.
For me, I don't. They say I'll say it in pidgin English. They say pikin we no get papa and mama. If other person, papa and mama, they advise them, he go put ear down. So we always saying, oh, now we're blaming the parents. The parents to be blamed for teenage pregnancy. No big deal. But there are some children who don't have parents and they've done well for themselves. They didn't fall into that temptation of, going through getting pregnant or getting someone pregnant. Do you understand? So I think what we lack, whether in school or with parents, is sex education. If these kids hear about sex education, if they teach them about sex education and what these things are called, we would have like limited let's say limited people limited girls or guys who are getting pregnant and girls who are getting pregnant. But if these informations are not out there for them to know, I'm not sure they will still have a lot of people or girls who get pregnant. Like in the North, for example, when I visited the North, I saw a lot of young girls, just like you said, 15, 12, 13, 14. To them, it's already a norm that at 12 I should be married. It's a prestige to them.
Yeah.
So if we have this kind of things that if we allow this kind of things, we're still going to have more teenage pregnancy. So I don't think we should just blame the parents alone. The society too.
Yeah, the society
too is to be blamed.
Yeah.
Because in some part of the world, in some part of Nigeria, you know that by this age you should be married. Yeah. You should have your own. And some women they don't get married legally. They just get pregnant on the way. But before we go, we need to go on a quick break. But don't forget to use the hashtag SweetScope, to join the conversation. And don't forget to subscribe to Elegbete TV on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be right back.
Yo, ladies and guys, boys and girls, everybody, mamas, papas, please keep watching Elegbete TV. It's your boy Fraud, and we're here live. Great content.
Hello, people. My name is Alex Unusual. Keep watching Elegbete TV. I love you guys. Bye.
Okay, guys, you're welcome back on the show. It's still SweetScope, and we're talking about teenage pregnancy. Sometimes we emphasize more of, parents are to be blamed. Do you know that there are some parents who actually teach their children the right things? Yeah. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. There's some parents who don't. But don't forget that this teenage pregnancy that we're talking about, some people are victims of rape from uncle, from one neighbor, from, somewhere. They've been, from strangers, people they don't even know before. There are rape victims everywhere. True, all of them are from teenage pregnancy. Do you get? Okay, so while we're talking about the issues of teenage pregnancy and all of these things, the issue of cooking came into my mind too. So I need to ask, is cooking a woman's duty in the home? Is it solely a woman's duty to cook in the house?
It is not a woman's duty to cook in the house.
Why?
Because everybody, if you're hungry, go kitchen.
This girl looks like somebody that was very lazy. If you dey hungry, go kitchen. So are you expecting your mother-in-law or your father-in-law to come to your house and go and cook?
I will cook, you know, the modern food. Put it in the freezer. When you're ready, put it in the microwave. Eat. Serve yourself.
In our society, this is Nigeria. Let me speak from a Nigerian angle. We see it as a woman's duty. Excuse me, please. We see it as a human duty, a woman's duty to be the one to be in the kitchen, to cook. It's her duty to cook and not the husband. If I have a man, I would like to have a man that knows how to cook. You don't necessarily have to be the one to cook. So if it comes, this is where in marriage now, it's more like a 50-50 thing. You help me, I help you. Marriage for me, you're my helpmate. That's how I see it. That's how it's supposed to be seen. But a lot of people, when it comes to cooking, particularly men, they have this ideology in their head that if a woman doesn't cook, there's problem in the house. Okay. Do you understand? She has to be the one to cook. Why must it be the one? It's a duty. We know that it's a woman's duty to cook.
No.
Yes, it is.
Who said so? Right? Which constitution is it written?
I'm not saying there's a constitution for it. You can't, it's just like you telling me it's a woman's duty to go out and bring in the money.
My house, my rules. It's a woman's duty to cook, so as it is a man's duty to provide to pay the rent and everything.
Yes, you're right.
Yes, if you want to argue that fact, let me tell you, the majority, it's always on the higher percentage. Like, fine, we know some men cook and we know some women
also cook.
Some women pay
rent,
bills. But the vast majority, it's the men that does the provision.
Exactly.
So also, it's the woman's duty to cook.
So if you come back from work now, me and you are working, husband and wife, you come back from work and I'm tired, so you cannot cook.
It doesn't mean it is duty to cook.
See, let me explain it to you, because I'm going to get married soon.
Okay.
If you don't have the time, if I'm working and you're working, we have weekends to prepare the food, the whole thing, and put it in the fridge. It's a different case, but it's your duty to cook. I don't have to enter the kitchen.
The word duty. That word.
One of those men who will tell you, I don't want to eat out, you are tired, does not make sense to me. I want fresh. There's someone who eats fresh food.
What? Before you get married,
and you must cook the food.
You know who you're getting.
Yes, you know what you're entering.
You know what you're getting yourself into. If you're in a relationship and you don't know that your man always prefers fresh food before marriage, you ought to know that before you get married. See, we have a lot of men that knows how to cook, but they don't want to. He knows that it's his wife's duty to cook, but this is helpmates. That's what, are you helpmates? You are helping your wife. Are you getting it? It's not a man's duty to cook. The word duty.
It's obvious if we continue to argue.
Very obvious.
It's obvious if we continue to argue on this topic, we will not live here on whose duty is it to cook. Guys, we need to live here. It's been a long conversation. Please join the conversation by using the hashtag #SweetScoop. And don't forget to subscribe to Elegbete TV. And also, like she said, if you have a topic that you want us to talk about, please drop the topic on the comment section. And don't forget to use the hashtag #SweetScoop, like I said. My name is Precious Omori. Bye.